Welcome to BAWT's Mapping and Navigation tutorial. In this video, we will briefly go over some of the details of map reading and offer some best practices in order to safely and efficiently navigate through an outdoor space. To start, it is important to become familiar with a topographic map. Topo maps, in short, depict the character of the Earth's surface, and when looking at one, you can learn much more about a landscape than a more basic map. For example, the first thing you'll probably notice are the concentric lines layered throughout the map. These lines demonstrate elevation change, each line representing a designated amount of vertical change. Many maps use either 50 feet or 100 feet of vertical distance for each line that you see. This means that when you see lines that are closer together, the landscape they represent will be steep, like a mountain or a ridgeline. When the lines are spread further apart, this often indicates a valley. There's a fun activity to demonstrate this concept to your youth, known as Mount Knuckle. You can instruct everybody to make a fist with their knuckles pointing upwards. You'll then take a pen or pencil, and starting at the highest point vertically, you will make a small circle. Expand outward and down your hand in this same pattern. You'll notice the terrain of your fist will start to shape the way that the circles are drawn, and the same is true on a topo map. With practice, you can learn a lot about a landscape just from reading the topo. Speaking of topo, at BAWT we use something called the TOPO technique. The TOPO technique is an acronym to help you get around. To start off, we have T for take a look around. There are many things for you to be looking at while you're hiking, but the most important are the map and your surroundings. We encourage you to be like a chicken feeding in the grass, looking up and down over and over again. This keeps you from making any wrong turns and noticing if something isn't right. Don't forget to read trail signs when you pass them and to find their locations on your map. Next, the O stands for orient. This refers to orienting the map to match the Earth. A well-oriented map is the key to being consistent and successful when navigating. There are three main ways to orient your map. You can use the terrain, you can use the sun, or you can use a compass. The P stands for plan. Always plan ahead with both people and path in mind. You should assess the average fitness and health of your group. Consider what your average hiking speed may be. A good estimation for flat ground and a good trail is 1.5 to 2.5 miles per hour, plus any break times. Consider what sort of path you will be on. What is the total elevation change? Are there any risk factors, such as river crossings or rockfall zones? A good estimation is to add 1 hour of total hiking time for every 1,000 feet of elevation gain. Add about 30 minutes for each risky crossing, such as a river or a boulder field. The final O in topo stands for observe. This mostly applies to while you are already out on the trail. You should constantly gauge the morale of the group. Are they moving quicker or slower than you expected? Are they keeping a positive attitude? Consider the weather as it's changing. Could this affect your plan? How long did your first mile take on trail? How long have your breaks been? Is the trail more difficult than anticipated? These are all important questions to ask yourself during the hike. We hope these tips will be helpful on your youth trips. And as always, never hesitate to reach out to BAWT staff members for more insight.